Today we will reveal the alarming story of how gold mined in Darfur, Sudan is fueling unimaginable wealth in Dubai, UAE, while plunging Africa deeper into conflict, poverty, and environmental crisis. We'll dig into the science and economic behind the supply chain and spotlight the human cost of this glittering industry. Part 1. The gold mining boom in Darfur. Darfur in western Sudan has emerged one of Africa's largest gold mining hub. The rush begins in the early 2010 after the discovery of its rich deposits like Jabal Hamir is sparking a transformation of Sudan from an oil-dependent nation to Africa's third largest gold producers. Gold mining are mostly artisanal and small scale, run by local miners under perilous conditions. Mercury and cyanide are commonly used, leading to serious health hazards for miners and families and contamination of farmlands and water resources. Estimates suggest that in 2024 alone, Darfur gold mines, many now controlled by armed groups like the Rapid Support Forces RSF, produce over $860 million worth of gold. Officially, gold makes up about 70% of all Sudanese exports. Part 2. War, wealth and weapons. How gold fuels conflicts. Gold mining isn't just an economic activity. It's a key driver of ongoing war. Competing factions fight over mine controls, with profits funding violence, weapons purchases and regional instability. The RSF uses gold not just to enrich leaders but to finance military operations, buy weapons and commit atrocities including genocide, ethnic cleansing and forced displacement in Darfur. Since April 2023, brutal fighting between Sudanese and armed forces have left more than 7 million people displaced and over 20,000 killed. For many locals, mining offers little escape. The labor's profits, warlords and foreign investors, not their own communities. Part 3. Smuggling and global supply chain. While Sudan exports some gold officially, most is smuggled out, up to 90%, through porous borders with Chad, South Sudan, Uganda and Egypt. Smuggled gold for almost entirely to the United Arab Emirates, UAE, especially Dubai. In 2015, UAE imported 94% of the Sudan's official gold exports, but much more arrives unreportedly. Dubai's gold souk, that is gold market, and refineries accept high-risk gold with little scrutiny, melting it and blending it into the global supply chain, where it ends up in jewelry, electronics and even financial markets. Regulatory loopholes make Dubai a global gold hub, attracting traders eager to avoid questions about origins or conflict zone. Some $3 million in Africa conflict gold passes through the city annually. Dubai's rising wealth, Africa's deepening poverty. For Dubai, gold means money. Estimate put Dubai's gold trading market among the world's top 3. UAE is the third largest gold importer globally. Profits from Africa's gold help finance ultra-modern infrastructure, luxury shopping and wealth for a privileged few, both in Dubai and among the Sudanese elites. Meanwhile, Africa's communities near mining sites face toxic environment, collapse economies and endemic violence. Farm failed because of mercury pollutions. Water is undrinkable. The regions is little of the wealth creates, as gold revenues are drained off by private militias or smuggled to foreign banks and luxury industries. Part 5. The science of extraction and environmental and health fallout. Gold mining in Darfur is dangerous and polluting. Mercury used to extract gold is a neurotoxin that contaminates soils and water, causing irreparable harm to health and agriculture. Cyanide is another common chemical known for causing acute poisoning among workers and their families. Miners face unsafe tunnels, frequent collapses, and poor ventilations, few safety measures exist, and hospital care is rare. This environmental cost is rarely discussed in Dubai's gold market or among its wealthy consumers. Part 6. Socio-economic impact. Why Africa stays poor. The gold industry should in theory bring wealth to Africa, but most profits are lost to smuggling, war financing, and elites and rich. Artisanals, miners receive pennies for hard labor, while middlemen, militias, and international traders pocket fortune. Displacement, unemployment, and malnutrition rise as farming collapses and conflicted zone becomes unlivable. Whole villages are emptied, turning into a ghost town. Any gains like the roads, electrification, or development are usually restricted to areas serving the interest of armed groups, not ordinary citizens. Part 7. Global responsibility, ethics, solutions, and hope. Most consumers in Europe, Asia, and America, including many companies, are unaware that they may be buying blood gold, fueling violence and environmental collapse. NGOs and watchdog bodies urge gold buyers to increase due thoroughness and demand over transparency in supply chains. Without action, Dubai's role as the laundromat for Africans' conflict gold will continue. International actors, including the UN, have attempted sanctions and pressure, but with limited impact. Without real oversight, this cycle sustains itself. What can you do? Ask where your gold comes from. Demand ethical sources. Support organizations advocating for transparent supply chains and fairer returns for Africans community. The story of Darfur gold is a warning. One region's wealth can mean others' poverty and suffering. Let's demand better for Africa, for the planet, and for the future.